Hey there everybody, hope your day's going well. Your carrot old school gaming here and welcome back to another Thoughtful Thursday. So, as the title of this video implies, there's going to be a few slight changes. Nothing big or overly significant, like starting streaming. That was actually quite something. Yeah, but this is just a few slight changes, because, honestly, well, okay. I am not completely out of stories that I can tell in regards to. Because let's see, I did. Well, okay, I only did one Petty Revenge. I really don't have any more. I do work here, lady, which honestly it would just kind of be a rehashing of me just. Yes, I do work here. I don't dress like this. I'm not dressed like this because I'm going to the midnight premiere of Walmart the movie. Uh, yeah, that honestly would just be a rehashing of that annoyance over and over and over again. Let's see, the Tales from Retail or Entitled People. Well, yeah, again, Tales from Retail would just be kind of a rehashing of somewhat similar circumstances, just with a different Karen or a different Kevin. And Entitled People, yeah, sure, I could tell more stories about that, but in order for the story to actually make sense anymore, I would have to actually dox someone. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to get in trouble for doing that. I'm probably already on a couple watch lists, I'm sure. And I'm now going to turn myself into a carbon copy of so many other channels that just read from Reddit all day. Those channels have already figured out how to do it and do it well. Me, I just wanted to tell some of my own stories. Most of the other channels that read from Reddit don't actually tell any extra stories of their own. They just read from Reddit and react like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put on some, fake reaction to, well, okay. They're not all fake reactions, but I'm sure you understand where I'm going with this. I don't want to just sit here all day and go, while reading Reddit stories. Other channels do that, and I don't want to do that. Unless, of course, I do have my own story to tell without actually doxing someone. In which case, yeah, maybe I'll resume, do a Reddit reading once again. But for now, no. No. So, well, okay, before I get into that, though, the first, just ever so slight change, well, there is the community tab where I can make posts, and then people can comment, on there. I'm going to be doing that a lot more often, because I have done it before, mainly, at the end of a game series, just, hey, this game is over, so make sure to go and vote over on X Twitter. Yeah, shameless plug right here. And I will, post a lot more often, just, my thoughts on just whatever's on my mind that day. Because, there is, a monthly update that I'll do occasionally. Every now and again, because if I'm watching something that's releasing, hell, at least at the time of recording this, have the third core of the Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War, have Season 3 of Arifureta, have Season 3 of ReZero, have Season 2 of the Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online, and and I'll, well, at least what I'm doing right now is I just post my thoughts over on Twitter, and, well, also on my own personal Facebook, and call it good. But from now on, if I'm watching something week to week as it's releasing, it's not always the day it releases. Sometimes it's a day after or 2 days after, depending on how busy I am with other things. But starting in January, I'll also be copy from the character limit on X Twitter, then post it there, post on my personal Facebook, and then post right here on the community tab, and people can like and comment and, well, whatever's good. Now, I honestly don't know if that will actually attract more people to subscribe and watch other videos, and like, comment, and all that good stuff. But I mean, hell, if the option is there, might as well at least give it a go and see what happens. Honestly, the worst thing that can happen is nothing. Nothing more. It's just more there. And also, if I want more eyes on my stuff, I probably need a little more of a social media presence. So, yeah, starting 2025, I'll be posting it on the community tab more often, and the year after that, well, I don't know, who knows. Honestly, it might just be something that I already have, and then I'm just, oh, hey, yeah, by the way, you can follow me here. I've had this account for a while, so go ahead and follow me if you want. And, of course, it's not going to be forced. It's just, hey, the option's there. If you want to, great. If not, oh well. Now, the thing is, as I get more and more social media accounts, I'm only going to be rendering in the new handles. Because, I mean, right now I just have the X Twitter that was at the beginning of the video. And then, well, through 2025, there's not really going to be anything new, because it's just here on YouTube. But then the year after that, whatever new social media, I'm only going to render the logo as well as the handle for that social media into brand new videos, which means like older videos that I'm just uploading, that I have pre-recorded, they're not going to have the new thing. But like any new Wild Wednesdays, any new Thoughtful Thursdays, they will definitely have that. Maybe the older Let's Plays won't, but oh, it is what it is. After all, I mean, I have like close to a couple hundred videos pre-recorded now. So if I have to go through every single video that I have yet to upload and put a new social media handle on every single one of well over 100 videos, that's going to take a long-ass time. Not to mention all the supercuts and... yeah, I'll get to that in a bit. I mean, hell, between my, well, somewhat semblance of a personal life and having a full-time job and trying to do things here on YouTube, yeah, that's going to be impossible. And that's also why I'm only going to be doing one new social media per year, because it'll be like, okay, got this new account, let me start posting things, and then hopefully more people start viewing, and more people start subscribing, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. Now, as I was saying earlier, I don't really have any more stories to tell without doxing someone. And if something significant comes up and I can tell a story coherently without personally naming someone, then yeah, hell, I'll do it. But well, okay, there's actually a couple changes with not just Thoughtful Thursdays, but also slight change with Wild Wednesdays. I'm going to stop numbering them after this one. Because I only do them once a month, so I'm just going to, like, next month, January, I'm just going to name that Wild Wednesday, just Wild Wednesday, January 2025, and then Thoughtful Thursday will also be Thoughtful Thursday, January 2025, and then after the year, I'll put in whatever title I want, which, actually, well, okay, for January's Thoughtful Thursday, at least, will be, 3 years, 4 years, because, god damn, it's really been that long. Holy crap. Yeah, so I will take care of that, or, well, rather, I'll be changing the way that the Wild Wednesdays and Thoughtful Thursdays are named, instead of numbering them, since I only do them once a month anyway, just, hey, this is the month and the year, and then whatever the name. And I might shorten the months sometimes. Like, if the title becomes too long, because YouTube has a thing about only 100 characters for the title. So if the title becomes too long, maybe I can just shorten the month. Instead of spelling out January, it'll be just Jan. Instead of the full 4-digit year, like 2025, it would just be Jan 25, and hopefully it'll fit, maybe? I don't know, that will definitely be a case-by-case basis, depending on whether or not the full title that I would want could actually fit. First, abbreviate the month, then abbreviate the year, then maybe like take a word or two out of the title to still make it work as what I want, but just shorten it so YouTube's happy. Now, as for the content of Thoughtful Thursdays, I want to head into like the direction of reviewing shows. And the shows can, of course, the shows themselves can be either live action or animated. Either way, it's fine with me. And I do have an idea of where I want to head initially, which will actually be in February's Thoughtful Thursday starting, at least. And, yeah, I won't just be, like, reviewing the entirety of it all at once, because then I would have to publish an addendum, just like, oh, hey, additional, because when new stuff, sometimes it's if new stuff releases, other times when something new releases, then I'll have to release an addendum, and hey, this is my thoughts on what's been added, and how it contributes to everything else. No. No, the way I figure it is just, like, separate things into arcs, and then review things that way. That way it'll be much more manageable and kind of, I guess you could almost say bite-size, like actual bite-size, not trying to like unhinge your jaw to bite the whole thing at once. And with some shows, it'll be fairly easy because sometimes the arcs are actually named. Other times the arcs are not named. I'll come up with something on my own. Other times, still, yeah, maybe the arc is named, but it takes so freaking long just to get anywhere. That's just, what the hell? This takes so damn long. So I might split it up and then call each individual part of the arc something unique, or it might just be, and honestly, if that doesn't work, and nothing else works, and it's just like, it's just a season, there's no real name to the arc or anything, well then, maybe it's just like Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, or Season 2 Part 1, Season 1 Part 2, Season 2 Part 1, Season 2 Part 2, and I am honestly making it sound a lot more complicated, but essentially, with the lengths of all the different seasons and arcs or whatever else, like, because I'll be separating it and whatnot, I don't want to exceed 12 hours of watch time. That means if something is like how most live-action shows have 1 hour. No, a significant number do have half hour. But okay, so any show, live-action or animated, that's a 1 hour thing, won't be more than 12 episodes. Anything that's a half hour, again, live-action or animated, I won't exceed 24 episodes. Now, there can be certain exceptions to that. Like, if one of them is, just a pure recap, and absolutely nothing else, doesn't add anything to the story, it's just 100% recap, okay, this is what has happened from episode 1 to now, next time we'll continue, and it's just, honestly, sometimes that is kind of annoying, but I mean, I can't control what studios do, so, I mean, I'll mention it, but I'm not really going to go into reviewing it, because I probably already reviewed everything beforehand. Huh. Yeah, and with most of the stuff, because I have been thinking about this for a while, and I've been kind of like watching different stuff, thinking, how would I review this? How would I talk about this? And I kind of like what I have to say, so I'm just, okay, you know what? Why not go for it? Because with any episode, I can probably wrap it up in just a few minutes, like, maybe add a few quotes here and there of, like, what I heard and, like, the significance of it, and then go from there. But, honestly, there have been some things where I've been thinking about, like, what would I say here, and, like, in the back of my head, I went on a 20-minute rant about something that the show only spent 2 frickin' minutes on. Which, yeah, who knows when I'll get around to something like that, but, yeah, I can definitely talk quite a bit about a single plot point, Or I can just say, yep, here's the plot point, wrap it up super quick. Now, even though I know more or less where I would want to start and then kind of just move out from there, anyone can suggest whatever show they want. Again, it can be live action, it can be animated, it can be from the Western Hemisphere, it can be from the Eastern Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, I don't care. As long as it's good, and as long as, at the very least, there are subtitles in English. At the very least. After all, I do know a few words, a few phrases in other languages, but those are more the universally known words and phrases. I'm definitely not fluent. Now, if it's already on the list of things that I would want to review, I'll start moving it up. And nothing can overtake whatever is in first place, if that makes sense. If I'm currently reviewing something, and someone suggests something that's in second place, I can just say, okay, well, thank you for the suggestion, I'll get to that soon, I'm moving it up the list. But nothing can ever overtake what I'm currently doing. So, yeah, that way it's just straight on through, without interruptions. Yeah, and as things move up the list, like, as things get suggested more and more, they can make their way up the list. However, let's say someone suggests something and it's not on the list, but I give it a look and hey, looks pretty neat, yeah, I'll do a review on it sometimes in the future. I'll add it to the list and then start moving it up, as more and more people suggest it, of course. However, there might be two circumstances where I don't put it on the list. There's something, maybe someone suggests something, and at first I'm just, now, I don't really see myself doing that, because blah, 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 whatever the reason might be for whatever show. And then there are other cases where it's just, no, absolutely not, no way in hell, I am not doing a review of this, shut the hell up. And I will die on those hills where I just say, no, absolutely not, I am not doing a review of this because I am not torturing myself with watching this piece of crap. And another way, I mean, I'm not going to do like a reaction type thing. I'm just going to have some still images pop up around, somewhere around me, and then I'll do the talk about it, because that will be a hell of a lot less worry of a copyright than a reaction. Because I've seen several, well, I'm not too big of a fan of reactions, because a lot of times people are just sitting there like, hey guys, I'm here to react. Duh. Okay, reaction's done. Bye. They don't discuss, they don't talk about anything. The reaction channels that actually take the time to discuss things before and after the reaction, those are actually good. But, like I said, I have seen a few of them, and like they get so many problems with copyright that they have to actually completely build their own website from scratch, put a reaction link to just the reaction highlight on their website, so you have to essentially watch the pre-discussion on YouTube, go to their website, then watch the reaction highlight, then come back to YouTube and watch the post-discussion. Like I said, at risk of sounding like a broken record, I am busy. I do not have the time to build my own website. I do not have the money to pay someone to build a website for me. So, no. I'll just go into a review discussion type format, because it's, well, a lot safer for me. And the only time I will actually take a break, but in the reaction, if there's an interruption, would have to be a significant milestone, super duper important, hell, the anniversary next month. And then, but apart from the anniversary, I don't really see myself interrupting a series of reviews, unless it is oh my god, something is dying, kind of a I shouldn't say milestone. If there's a significant enough emergency, then maybe I'll interrupt the review of a series in the middle of the year just to say, hey, something's dying. Now, with that said, sometimes with some of the things I review, it's all done, there's nothing more ever coming out, it is finished. And yeah, I can reach the end and be like, okay, time to move on to the next thing. However, there are other things I can review that are just like, hey, maybe something more is coming out. And if something new comes out, I don't know, depending on how long what I'm currently in the middle of reviewing is, I might finish that up, then go back to whatever new came out for something I had previously reviewed, and then, once I'm done with that, move on to the next thing. But, let's say whatever I'm currently in the middle of reviewing is going to take so freaking long that it's going to be, like, a couple, well, like, several months, maybe 3 or 4 months before I even finish what I'm currently reviewing. Maybe I'll interrupt what I'm currently reviewing just to do a quick review of what has come out, in addition to something I've already reviewed. Again, I am making this sound way more complicated than it is. But the point I'm making is when something new comes out, I will have to, like, depending on how it comes out. Because, like, if it's something on Netflix, then it's just, like, pretty much all dropped at once. But something on pretty much every other single platform, it's once a week. Which is actually a little easier, but the point is, I will look up, like, because depending on the studio and the source, the source material, and the formatting and all the other stuff, some seasons can be, like, 11, 12, 13 episodes. Other things can be, like, 20, 24 episodes, or so somewhere in between. I will definitely look up, like, as it's coming out, just, hey, how many episodes are they planning? And then once everything is out for the season, just, okay, let me go back and rewatch from the beginning, more in a review format. And also, in regards to any movies that might come out as, like, an extension, or definitely not those Demon Slayer recap preview movies. Because, I mean, the Mugen Train movie was a movie. And then they, like, for some reason split it up into, like, half a season, then did the other half of the season after that. And then later on, they did, like, 2 other movies that were just, like, okay, here's a re-airing of the last 2 episodes, plus a preview of the first episode of next season. Which, I mean, yeah, can be kind of neat. But, kind of neat to at least see on the big screen, but at the same time, it's just, where's a movie? But the point I'm getting at, again, the point I'm getting at here is that if a movie comes out and it'll start off as exclusive to theaters, but once there's a point where I can actually watch it in the comfort of my own home, that way I can pause the movie, maybe type up a quick note of a quote or two, then continue watching, pause again, make another note, then I'll do a review of it, because can you imagine how ungodly annoying that would be? Someone in the middle of a theater typing away on a keyboard the entire time. Oh wow, that would be kind of ridiculous. Now, outside of the monthly Thoughtful Thursday reviews, I'll still be watching things that I want to just on my own. And I'll still, like, post things to X, Twitter, and then copy and paste it into the community tab. And my overall goal with everything that I am just watching on my own, not reviewing, just watching on my own, is 1 episode per week, or 1 tie-in movie. And, like, there have been some things where it's like, okay, here's season 1, here's a movie, here's season 2, here's another movie, here's season 3, so on and so forth. And the goal will be 1 movie per week. However, there might be certain circumstances where I'm watching multiple movies in a single week. Rare, but it'll probably definitely happen. And at that point, I'll keep track of all the extra movies that I'm watching, just, like, tallying up the numbers, and just, like, building up a tab of how many weeks I can skip watching a movie. Which I'll also be counting the the different movies that I will be reviewing. Once per... I'll be counting the movies that I review towards that count of just one movie per week. But if it's the one movie and I have a tally of weeks I can skip movies, then that tally doesn't decrease, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, hell, I need as much time as I can possibly get just to get everything else done that I would want/need to get done. Now, the final change starting now, is in regard to Tuesdays, which are normally Tuesdays are just reserved for live stream. I mean, hell, it was 1 year ago in the last December's Thoughtful Thursday, I said Supercuts would be once a month on months that I do not stream. But that was when I had a grand total of 4 Supercuts. 1 Super Mario World, 1 Conker's Bad Fur Day, and then the other 2 for Super Mario 64. But since then, I have finished putting all the Pokemon First Gen Supercuts together. Yeah, and I ended up with 11 Supercuts, for a total of 13. I do not want to take no 13 goddamn months off from streaming. Over time, a total of 13 weeks? Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Because Morrowind will be starting on the first Saturday of March. At least projected. Unless a miracle happens and I actually finish the Secret 6th game. Gods. Yeah. Don't hold your breath. Well, not only would I have to finish the game, I'd have to finish all the reviewing, and then... yeah, it's most likely not going to happen. But anyway, the point I'm getting at, yet again, the point, putting all the Morrowind Supercuts together is going to take a significant amount of time. So, pretty much all of March, maybe the last Tuesday of February, depending on what game I stream come February. I mean, that's a ways in the future for me, at least. So, yeah, it's a ways out. But let's say whatever game that I'm streaming in February I beat before the final Tuesday, then I can just start uploading Supercuts then, and then throughout at least all of March, maybe more, maybe less, maybe more. Then, while I'm putting all the Morrowind Supercuts together, then I can just have a bunch of Supercuts for games that I have finished uploading, and go from there. And at least that way, even if I'm not streaming on Tuesdays, there will still be, at least a significant lengthy video on those Tuesdays. And normally, I would have a poll at the end of the month for, whatever I'm streaming next. Well, okay, I didn't have one at the end of the first month for, Super Smash Bros. Melee, but I honestly did not know how long that game would be, and, at least as of my recording this, I still have more streams to do, more streams to do to try and get more stuff. As for whether or not I actually get it, yeah. We'll see what happens with the final couple streams or so. Yeah, as for the poll if I have a poll at the end of February, it might decide what I stream when I resume streaming, or I might just not have a poll at all. I don't know. That's something for future, quite significant future me to worry about. But I can guarantee that every single Tuesday, without a stream, will be a Supercut. Starting next year, at least. Now, given that there's usually only 4, sometimes 5 Tuesdays in a month, if I, while putting together Supercuts, Morrowind is definitely going to take a while, just given how much there is. Because, I mean, yeah, Pokemon First Gen ended up being 11 Supercuts, but, like, just under 500 gigs total in disk space. However, Morrowind is over 1.12 terabytes, so, yeah, more than double the amount of space. I would be surprised if Morrowind was less than 20 Supercuts. So, with that in mind, like, because, like I said, Morrowind's definitely going to take a while to get together. But in the future, after Morrowind is done, then if I shouldn't say if, as I upload another game, if I only upload one supercut, because I'll know at least a few days in advance, just, I don't know, can I make the stream this Tuesday or not? I'll know at least a few days in advance. If I can, great. If not, and hell, let's say, like, because some games are pretty short. Not everything is Morrowind. Yeah, so some games are significantly short. It might take only 1 week to make the supercut for it. In which case, I'll just go, hey, that I only missed 1 week, and that'll be a special circumstance, kind of in the similar fashion of the Super Smash Bros. 64 and the Super Smash Bros. Melee specials that I uploaded on the particular Tuesdays instead of streaming. It was just, oh hey, here's something unique. and yeah, it was a lot of fun to do all that, at least for 64. I still have to do the Melee one, but yeah, I'll get to that when I eventually get to it. But if, like I said, if there's only one supercut, then I'll just treat it as a special circumstance and then resume streaming and hold the poll at the end of the month. However, if I upload 2 or more supercuts at any point in, well, at least after Morrowind ends, at any point in the future, if I upload more than one supercut in a month, if I upload more than one supercut in a month, then I'll just continue streaming whatever game I was streaming through to the month after. But if it's just one, then I don't know, depending on the game itself, I might hold the poll at the end of the month, or I might continue through to the next month. Well, like I said, depending on the game, depending on how much there is to do, so on and so forth. Now, honestly, I kind of just want to do this Thoughtful Thursday as a way to announce the changes rather than jumping right into reviewing. Mainly because, well, if I were to just jump straight into reviewing on Thoughtful Thursdays, and then all of a sudden, oh, no reviews next month because it's the anniversary month, and then resume, it'd be like a weird gap, so to speak. So instead, I have this video to announce, oh hey, things are going to slightly change, then next month anniversary, then the month after, the change. And hell, like, if I'm, at least with Morrowind starting, because when Morrowind does start, regardless of when, it'll be 2 videos every Saturday. And I'm sure the omnipotent algorithm will like me a bit more if I can guarantee, 3 to 5 videos a week, or 2 to 4 videos with a weekly stream. Yeah, all hail Skynet. I mean, YouTube. Okay, so for those that have stuck around this far through all my rambling, let me just quickly summarize. So, first and foremost, I'll be posting in the community tab a lot more often, sometimes with a monthly update, sometimes just with whatever's on my mind after watching something, whether I'm just watching it as a whole or watching it week to week and then updating the train of thoughts, I guess, for lack of a better term. Let's see. Second, starting February's Thoughtful Thursday, I'll be jumping into reviewing different shows, movies, once a month. And also, the Wild Wednesdays and Thoughtful Thursdays will be named after the month rather than just, rather than numbered, just January, and then February, and then March, and so on and so forth. As I eventually Well, who knows? Maybe that will actually attract more people to watch these videos, because I'm not really getting much traction. That's also part of why I want to change it. Also, yeah, the third, well, I guess, if you count not numbering Wild Wednesdays and Thoughtful Thursdays, this is the fourth thing, but, the last significant note is that any Tuesday without a stream will have a supercut of a game I've previously uploaded instead. After all, if I'm not streaming, that means I'm having to take some time to try and put together a supercut. Unless, of course, there's a special circumstance, and I choose not to stream because I'm uploading something special, such as at least two so far, Super Smash Bros. Specials. Okay, now, huge sigh of relief. Yes, oh well, this has been one hell of a year, and unfortunately, I've only got 2 comments to shout out now. Damn. Well, you know what? 2 is still better than none, so discerning enough this time is actually a different top fan than Frizetti. In fact, I don't even have a Frizetti comment this month. But the another top fan, Wei Chun, had commented on which one was it? Oh yeah, Wild Wednesday. Oh yeah, Wild Wednesday 29. The Pokemon theory: Pokemon are aliens by Proto Mario. Right. And Wei Chun just says, can't wait to hear what the secret 6th game is. Well, Intermediary Vlog 5. Hold on. What's the final, no, not Tuesday, a Saturday of February. Okay, so February 22nd will be the final, or, no, it's actually February 15th. Yeah, February 15th will be the finale of First Gen Pokemon. Then, February 22nd, Intermediary Vlog 5. Where I mean, regardless of whether or not I've completed the Secret 6th game, that is when I will reveal what the Secret 6th game was. Yeah, and I'll have some talk about, well, most likely why I couldn't complete it at the time. But yeah, I'll leave that for Intermediary Vlog 5. In the meantime, I'm gonna at least try and get just as far as I possibly can in the game. I've got a little bit of time at least, somewhat. Okay, then the second comment, and second and final comment for this Thoughtful Thursday comes from Milo Rourke on Pokemon First Gen episode 69, The Unknown Dungeon. Milo Rourke with your first comment saying, hard to believe we're nearing the end of the games. Such a fun time. Yes. Yeah, I mean, well, all good things must come to an end eventually. I mean, hell, that's really how I felt about Morrowind, because, I mean, I had played that game before, but I never really got that far into it. Which I'll be discussing that as well with Intermediary Vlog 5. Wow. Yeah, and yeah, the algorithm might not like me too much from switching from Pokemon to Morrowind, just completely different genres of game. But, whatever. I don't care, because I had a lot of fun playing Morrowind. And at least now, the 1.12 terabytes of it will eventually be able to be uploaded and off of my computer forever. But yeah, that is it. Wow. I do not know how long this video is eventually going to be. I mean, I've been sitting here for the past hour just rambling on about different stuff, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that, well, I've got to get this edited together and then eventually go through all the different motions and go from there. So I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll have more comments, and yeah, given that January's Thoughtful Thursday will be an anniversary one, yeah, that's, well, it's going to be some things to think about and talk about there. And I will see you there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload another video. And of course, have fun.